Hello loves and welcome back to our channel. My name is Megan Curry. I am a certified holistic health and functional medicine coach, and in this series, Life Coaching, today the vlog I am going to be sharing with you is all about going inward. Since we are asked to stay inside with the coronavirus, I thought it would be wonderful to share tools and people that are really supporting me right now in addressing the emotions that are coming up, the feelings, and to just help us go inside, how we're thinking, how we're feeling, and all these other things. So if you don't subscribe to our channel, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, I hope that you find this helpful. Today, I'm going to be talking about going inward. Since we can't go outside, let's go in. And I saw that quote from my friend Isabelle, who I had the pleasure of doing a session with, and it was a Reiki hypnotherapy session, and it made me think about this quote I saw on her page that was, since we can't go outside, it's time to go inside ourselves. And I know for many that can be really challenging, and I thought it would be helpful to share some tools that I use to help me go inward and really address and feel all the emotions that are coming up. I don't know about you, but I feel like I have been on this roller coaster. Some days I wake up feeling really good. Other days I wake up feeling almost trapped and sad and all those emotions I was talking about last week. And what I've noticed in this time that we've been given to spend inside, I have really been focusing on going inside myself and just getting quiet and listening to what comes up. And in this Reiki hypnotherapy session I did yesterday with Isabelle at A Touch Of, it made me realize how much stuff I'd been holding on to this past year and hadn't given myself the time and the space to process and eventually let it go. And at the end of our session, I felt so much lighter, so calm, and grateful for the support of Isabelle and helping me to release these emotions and these stories and these thoughts that I've been holding on to for a very long time. And these are things that if you have the ability right now to work with somebody, get the support of a professional over the phone, virtually, all of these services are still offered right now. And I think now more than ever, since we are given all of this time to really think about this and work through this stuff, we can do it, and we now have the time to really talk through it. So one of those tools I would say is somebody else. And what I loved in my realization in working with Isabelle is that Reiki is energy healing. And I think out of all of these experiences that we have in this lifetime, this one in particular, what I've really noticed about the coronavirus is it's made us realize how connected we all are. And I just really feel like this is a time of this collective consciousness is becoming more, we're becoming more aware of this. And what I love how she paired it with hypnotherapy was it's a conscious state, a conscious guided meditation taking you into subconscious parts of your mind. And I had done Reiki before. I had not done it paired with hypnotherapy. I've done hypnotherapy guided meditations through various teachers and facilitators, and I find them very helpful. However, what I always have a difficult time is remembering it. And what I realized being able to do this session in the comfort of my own home with Isabelle was it gave me the confidence and the understanding that I am doing the healing. She is facilitating it. She is guiding me. But the person that is actually doing it is myself. It is putting that power back into my hands. Since I've been seeing healers, medicine people, all these, my entire life growing up struggling with health issues, I always put the power in the professional's hand. I would go to a therapist's office. I would go to a doctor's office. I'd go to a Chinese medicinal herb. I'd go to an acupuncturist. And I would always show up knowing that they were going to be doing something to me. And the beauty of having this healing session in my own home was that it was in my space, and I realized that energetically I was working with somebody, but that the person that was doing it was me. And that was the reminder. And that is what these other tools I'm going to share with you are doing. You have the ability to heal yourself, to move past these emotions, to really address the emotions that are coming up right now and work through them, to go inside, to begin to start feeling good and confident in your natural healing abilities. What really started my path was through food. By knowing that the foods that I'm choosing to feed myself and nourish myself are going to directly affect my overall health and well-being. And I think food was a little bit more tangible because I had so many allergies and so many physical ailments that as I started to change my diet, I could tangibly grasp and see the results that we're having based on the foods that I was either eliminating or including into my diet. I feel like with energy, it's a lot more ambiguous. It's hard to really tangibly grasp that unless you've done some work where you've actually felt that shift, like my session I had, where at the end of it, I didn't have any expectations going in, but at the end, I felt lighter. I felt this sense of calm, this ease, and this, like this sigh of relief. And some ways to be able to experience that, say you can't work with a professional or you're on a budget right now, especially given the current economic situation with jobs, using tools. I talk about this, I'm pretty sure, in every single one of these because it is so important. I feel like especially right now is your breath. If you have ever done any breathing exercises, even simply just taking a moment, taking a deep breath in and letting it out, and doing that 3 or 4 times, you will notice a physical difference and shift in your body by taking a moment to pause. And I always say, start with focusing on your breath. A lot of people have difficult times meditating. I did. I started by saying that my meditation was running without music. I would go for these long mile runs and not listen to anything. And in that process, I would start by thinking a lot of thoughts, and then eventually my body would start to exhaust, and then it would be blank and nothing. And in that blank slate of nothingness going on in my mind and just really observing my current surroundings, thoughts would come through that were something other than just my mind creating them. I was able to silence my mind and listen to what was coming up for me. And then eventually working with another dear friend of mine who really helped me get into meditation, Jill Willard, was slowing that run down to a walk. And I was able to get to that state through walking without listening to music. And then eventually the walking slowed down. And eventually that walking turned to pausing. And the pausing was sitting and just getting to that place. But that took a very long time to get to the place of movement to stillness and sitting in my meditation. And that gradual progression to sitting is something that if you're interested in or having a difficult time doing, there are many walking meditations. Jack Kornfield is another teacher that I worked with and got to study with. He has a beautiful walking meditation, and he has a podcast that you can listen to for free and walk you through them. Tara Brock has other wonderful guided meditations that are for free on her podcast. The other ones that I talked about, you can work with. My dear friend Erica has Rooted Beings. She's been doing live guided meditations. And I think these guided meditations are another great way before sitting in silence, is having somebody talk you through. I love the visualization part of it, and that brings you inside. Because if you are like me, going directly to silence is extremely challenging. And even these Buddhist monks that do it forever talk about how challenging sitting in silence can be. And right now, I feel like we're all struggling a little bit with being forced inside, but finding that silver lining, if meditation or getting a hold of anxiety or just getting familiar with yourself is something that you are interested in, using the support of all of these free offerings that are being allowed right now. Say it's not even meditation, Rooted Beings online and I believe the Now both had sound baths that were, it's just a bunch of beautiful singing bowls, crystal bowls, other musical instruments that get you into a meditative state, and it's basically just listening to music, which is so healing and so supportive right now. And this ability to go inside. Also, like I said, all these other people are offering these online free offerings of these guided meditations or these practices. A lot of yoga studios are doing that. I personally have been loving all of the Moto yoga and the Hot 8 yoga classes, as well as other exercise. I feel like exercise is such an important piece of going inside, is that physically exhausting your body to then get to a place where you can sit and be quiet and go inward is so healing and so integral in the whole process. So if you are taking this time to just support yourself a little bit more, pay attention to the feelings that are going on, I hope that these tools and these suggestions are something that you will consider or can find support in during this time to help you handle all the emotions that are coming up as our restrictions and what we're able to do continue to unfold and become a little bit more restrictive on what we're able to do, and really turning the perspective of this time to stay inside and going inside ourselves as a little positive and a little gift to just get to know yourself and know your emotions and work through some of those things a little bit more. So I love you. Like you, I'm going through this too, and sending you so much love. And if you have questions, anything, I love hearing from you. Please comment below. And thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you don't subscribe, make sure you subscribe so every time I upload a video like this, you get notified. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah.